Good morning, class 5th. Today we will start our English grammar chapter 1 sentences. Look at this book, okay? First we will look at this book and you can pause it and take a screenshot, okay? First we will have a look. Look at this page properly. This is your exercise A. Now you have your definition of sentence. Okay, and this is your page. Finish. If I forgot to move this, so now you can take a screenshot and you can study with this page. Okay, now we will start from here. Okay, chapter 1 sentences. First step, type of sentences. A part, read the conversation below and identify the different types of sentences used based on the purpose of each. There could be more than one sentence of one kind. Okay, this exercise we will look at it later on, because now we will go and first learn something about sentence. Okay, first we learn about sentence. A sentence is a group of words arranged to make sense. So sentence here. Sentence a sentence is a grammatically complete idea. All okay students, that's our explanation of sentence. A sentence is a grammatically complete idea. Okay, sentence is a complete idea. All sentence have a noun or pronoun. You know noun and pronoun. What is noun? Noun and pronoun. Person, place, animal, thing. Name of person, place, animal, thing is noun, and pronoun we use instead of noun. Words we use instead of noun are called pronoun. Okay, components called the subject. So when we see in sentence noun or pronoun, these are called subjects, and a verb part called the predicate. Verb means part which one is showing work. Okay, that part is called predicate. So let's see sentence. Two sentence we will see. First example. Okay, first Ram Ram is playing football. Okay, and second, the sun rises in the east. So both these group of words make complete sense. Therefore, these are sentences. Okay, these both sentences, Ram is playing football. Second, the sun rises in the east. Both sentences, what? These groups of words make complete sense. Therefore, these are sentence. The sentence always start with capital letter. Okay, look at here. Sentence always start with capital letter and ends with full stop. Okay, a sentence always start with capital letter, begins with a capital letter and ends with full stop. Okay, with a full stop. So example, here one, Sham loves ice cream and second, the children are playing. Okay, so you have to look at it. First letter capital, here S, and here full stop. Now it's complete. T capital and full stop. So now sentence is complete. Don't forget first letter capital and in the end of the sentence putting the full stop. Okay. Now look at this sentence and read this sentence. Okay, sorry. First, to water swim the. Okay, and second, this no print here. Third, so put it. Fourth, but you can't see the fourth one. But he did not. So read the given group of words. First, to water swim the. Second, this no print here. So put it. Third one. Fourth, but he did not. So that means these group of words do not make complete sense. Look these sentences. When you read this do not make complete sense. They do not begin with capital letter. There is no capital letter. Okay, letters, nor do they end with full stop, and even they are not ending with full stop there. So these are not sentences. So that means when the sentence is not starting with capital letter, they are not making sense. So you don't understand, and they are not ending with the full stop. That means these are not sentence. Okay, clear? Okay, students, now I think it's clear sentence. Okay, now we will start. Look here. Okay, we will start kind of sentences. You have learned about the different kind of sentences in class 4th. Here is a quick recap. Okay, we are not going to do very lengthy way, just quick. Okay, a declarative sentence is a statement. Okay, what is it means? It's a statement. It provides information about something. Okay, statement, something or someone. It ends with full stop. For example, a ground is slippery. Normal simple sentence, assertive. Okay, and the food is warm. And in interrogative sentence ask question. You have to remember, interrogative sentence ask questions. Okay, it ends with question mark. Declarative statements gives you a statement or information and with full stop. Or interrogative question sentence ask you question, asking something. Okay, and ends with question mark. Okay, now two more sentences we learn about, two more kinds. Now students, again look at this page properly, then we start. Okay, look slowly. This is your second page of chapter 1. I think it says here. Okay, here starting. On the top. Okay, here. So now we have to learn about here an imperative sentence. Now we learn two kind of sentences. First we learn declarative and interrogative. Now an imperative sentence. So give an order or make a request. Order like shut up, and request please give me a glass of water. So like this sentence. Okay, and this imperative sentence ends with full stop. For example is here, please leave your footwear outside. When you come inside, you leave your footwear, means your shoes, outside. So someone is requesting you, please, and be careful. Now someone is giving you advice. Okay, and fourth kind of sentence is exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence express a strong feeling. What is showing? It is showing you strong feeling. Imperative sentence gives a command, makes a exclamatory sentence. We are going to learn exclamatory sentence express a strong feeling. Exclamatory sentence, what is expressing, is showing strong feeling. It may begin with an interjection. Interjection sign, you know what is which is the interjection sign? Now I will show you. Okay, and ends with an exclamation mark. That's the sign. Exclamation mark is the exclamation sign. For example, oh great, after great, look at here, this sign, this is one, after great, after T, that's the sign of exclamation. Okay, we will see you next week. That means he is happy. Ouch, stubbed my toe, means I stubbed my toe. Maybe you hurt your toe. Ouch. Okay, so we learn four kind of sentences. Now first we learn Declarative, that means statement or information, gives you a statement and information. And ends with question mark. And third one we learned imperative. Imperative sentence gives a command, makes a request or a with request. It mostly ends with full stop and sometimes an exclamation sign. Okay, sometimes, but almost all the time it's finished with full stop. And the last one we learned, that one is exclamatory. An exclamatory sentence express a strong feeling and shock, sudden feeling. Okay, it ends with an exclamation mark. Like, let me show you some example. Okay, declarative sentence, two sentence. First, we watched TV last night. Okay, and one more, I like juice, coffee, tea. Okay, cold drink. And now interrogative, we will write any question. You can write, what is your name? Simple sentence, you know, what is your name? And in the end, question mark. Okay, sorry. Second, you can write, where do you live? Question sentence, where do you live? And what we write? Question mark. Now fourth is imperative. Imperative sentence, it's a request or order. Okay, so shut the door. Okay, that's command. Okay, and request, please give me a glass of water. It's a request. Now fourth one is exclamatory. In exclamatory sentence, you will feel shock, okay, and sudden feeling. How beautiful this city is. Okay, exclamation sign, don't forget. And I am angry, exclamation sign. Okay, now these are clear, so you can complete your exercise. Okay, students, we will start our exercise A. Now we already had an explanation of our kind of sentences. Okay, read the conversation below and identify the different type of sentences. First, please leave your footwear outside. So we already had this one, imperative. Okay, second, the ground is slippery, declarative. Okay, be careful, imperative. Am I very late? Sorry. Am I very late? Interrogative. Interrogative. Okay. And fifth one, no, here. No, you aren't. Declarative. Oh, great! Exclamatory. Okay. Look, the sign of exclamation mark. Okay. Now we will learn positive and negative. Okay. Okay, now look at this positive and negative sentence. Okay, so here positive and negative sentence, as you know, sentence can be positive or negative. We form negative sentences the simple present tense by using not for after do or does. For example, I do not like carrot. Meena does not want to go to the party. So we are, okay students, look here. Simple present tense, do not, negative, okay, does not. Simple present tense, do not and does not. We use in negative, do not, does not. Plural subject and singular subject. There is two type of subject, plural subject and singular subject. Plural subject, I, we, you, they, and plural singular subject, he, she, it, and any name. So we wrote here Ram. Okay, here Ram. So look here, plural subject plus do not plus verb first form and object. All is object. Okay, so they do not eat breakfast. They, it's a plural form, they do not eat breakfast. And you don't play Ludo. Okay, and in singular form, singular, he, she, it, or any name, girl's name, man's name, boy's name, any one name. Okay, one person's name. He means one person for pronoun. Okay, he does play football. He, singular subject, does not, the short form of doesn't play football. Okay, then one more, it, for non-living thing, it doesn't work properly. And for one person, we can use name, Ram doesn't get lazy in morning. Doesn't. What we'll do? We remove the S from the simple present tense in does. Okay, we use does not, and we use do not. Now students, look, present continuous, we will change this into negative. Okay, we are changing this sentence into negative. So what we'll do is am, are. Adding not. Okay, like first positive sentence, you are obeying your parents. Okay, full stop. So negative, negative. You are, okay, here is are, you're using are not obeying your parents. Okay, so is not, am not, are not, you're changing present continuous into negative. Okay, and now same we will change here, past continue. So how we will change past continue? Past continue we will change like this. Positive, okay, short में, and negative. First sentence, I was, can you see properly? I was working on a project. Full stop. Okay, now we will change this. This is past continuous ing. Okay, so in negative we will changing this into negative. I was not working, so on. Okay, working as it is on the positive sentence, working on a project. Clear? So if there is a were like they were, so you will write were not. Let's see one more sentence. Second, positive, negative. So they are they were watching TV. Okay, and in negative they were not watching. So watching TV. Okay, so were not we add with was not, was not. Okay, and with were not. So past continuous convert into negative here, negative. Okay, clear? Now we will learn simple past convert into negative. Okay, simple past, like here you can see. Yes, first sentence positive. Okay, first I cooked, it's in past. Okay, cooked dinner. So we will change this in negative. I did not cook. This change into first form. Okay, cook dinner. Dinner, full stop. Okay, one more sentence we will look. Okay, second, positive, first sentence, second sentence. Okay, she lived in India. And in negative, what we do? She did not. What we use? Did not live. This will change in first form. Live in India. Okay, clear? So now students, look at this exercise and you will complete in your homework. Okay, this here this exercise. Okay, pause it and take a screenshot of it. Okay, here. Pause it and take a screenshot of it, and look, complete the table by changing negative sentence to positive, or vice versa, means positive into negative, or negative if they are giving you negative, change into positive. One is already complete and one I solve for you. She wants to leave now. Leave. She does, because it's wants, so S will be removed. Does not want to leave now. And this complete in your homework. Okay, pause it here now. Pause it and take a screenshot. Okay class, if you have any problem, just comment. Okay, now go to the washroom.
Morning student. Today's topic is Roman number. I am going to explain about the Roman number. We know that Roman numerals are made of 7 basic symbols. There are 7 basic symbols to write the Roman numeral. Just like I, V, X, L, C, D, M. I means 1. V means 5. X means 10. L 50. C 100. D 500. M 1000. Again, I means 1, V 5, X 10, L 50, C 100, D 500, M 1000. So these are the 7 basic symbols of the Roman numeral. Okay. Let us quickly revise the rules followed to write Roman numbers. Rules first. The combination of the 7 symbols mentioned above involve either the addition or subtraction of the numbers. Rule second. Symbols I, X, C, M can be repeated or at most 3 times. It means we can repeat I, V, X or C. We can repeat these symbols. It means to write 3, 1, 1, 1. This is 3. We can repeat at most only 3 times. No, we cannot repeat V. We cannot repeat V. We can repeat I, X, C and M. To repeat the X, suppose X means 10. One time repeat X. Double X means 20. And triple X means 30. C. One time is C, 100, second time 200 and third time 300. M means 1000, one time M, 1000, second time M, 2000, third time M, 3000. It means 300, 3000. We can repeat and these symbols I, X, CM only 3 times, not for the 4 times. Only 3 times we can repeat. This is rule number 2. Rule number 3. Symbol VLD can be used only at once. It means V L D. These symbols cannot be repeated. This symbol cannot be repeated. Only I, X, C and M only we can repeat, but VLD cannot be repeated. Okay. So this was rule 3. Rule 3 is symbol V, L and D cannot be repeated. Only symbol I, X, C and M can repeat it at most only 3 times, not more than 3 times. Rule number 4. Only I, X and C can be used for both addition and subtraction. It means during the addition and subtraction we can use only I, X and C. Suppose we can take a number, suppose 21. X 20 and I 21. Okay. So we can use I, X and C addition for both addition and subtraction. Suppose we have to write 14. We have to write 14. 14 means this is 14. It means I, we can use addition, means 21, and we can also use for the subtraction, it means 14. So these symbols are both used in addition and subtraction. Rule number 5. Symbol I can be added to or subtracted from the symbol V and X only. It means I only subtracted from V and X. To write 4 we can use I like that, and to write 11 we can use I like that. I can be added or subtracted from symbol V and X only, not for the other symbol. Because we cannot subtract I from M, we cannot subtract I from C, we cannot subtract I from D. I can add or subtract only V and X. Now, rule number 6. Symbol X can be added or subtracted from L and C. It means like I can only subtracted V and X. Like that, X can be added or subtracted only L and C. L and C means XL means 40, XC means 90, LX means 60 and CX means 110. So X added or subtracted only L and C, from only L and C. The last rule is symbol C can be added or subtracted from D and M. It means we can subtract C from only D and M. Suppose if we are taking a number like CD. CD means C means 100 and D means 500. 500 minus 100, 400. CD means 400. CM, 1000 minus 100, it means 900. So C can be subtracted or added from only D and M. So now we start the exercise. Exercise 1.6. First question is, write the Hindu Arabic numerals for the following. First, triple X, I, V. X, 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 I and V. X means 10, again X, 20, again X, 30. And I before V, it means 4, 34. The Hindu Arabic number for this Roman numeral is 34. Second, L, X. L means 50 and X means 10. 50 plus 10, 60. Third, D, L, V. D, 500, L, 50 and 5, 5. V, 5. 555. 555. Next, M, C, X, 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 I. M, 1000, C, 100. 1100. X, 10, again X, 20, again X, 30. 1130 and 3 times I means 3. 1133. 1133. Next, M, D, L, X, V, I. M, 1000, D, 500. 1500, L, 50. 1550, X, 10. 1560, V or I, 6. 1566. 1566. Next, C, C, X, L. 100, 100, 200. And X before 50 means 40. X before 50, it means 40. 240. 240. Next, L, V, double I. Next, M, C, C, X, X, I. Next, D, C, L, V, I. Next, M, C, X, L, V. These are your homework question. You have to do in the homework notebook. These are your homework. Okay, the second question is write the Roman numeral for the following. First, $595. 595. To convert this Hindu-Arabic number to the Roman numeral, first of all, just expand the number. This is the easy way to convert in Roman. Very easy way. First, just expand the number. 595, just 500 plus 90 plus 5. For 500, D, 90, X before C, and 5. So simple. First, expand the number. Just write the alphabet or symbol for the following Hindu-Arabic. 500 for D, 90 XC, and 5 V. Second, 711. Expand the number. 700 plus 10 plus 1. For 700, D, C, C. 500, 600, 700. For 10, X, and for 1. Simple. Okay. Again, let's next question. See, 1111. Expand the number. 1111. 1000 means M, 100 means C, 10 means X, or 1 means 1. This is the easiest way to convert the Hindu-Arabic into the Roman numeral. Next question is D. 908. Expand the number. 900 plus 8. To write 900, just 100 before 1000. 100 means C before M. This is 900. For 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next, 2500. Expand the number. 2000 plus 500. 2000 means M, 2000. For 500, D, MMD. Next, F, 1139. Expand the number. 1130 and 9. For 1000, M, 100, C, 30, 3 times X, 30, and for 9, I before X, 1139. Next, 986. Expand the number. 900 plus 80 plus 6. To write 900, just 100 before 1000. 100 means C, or 1000 means M. C before M is 900. For 80, L 50, X 60, 70, 80, and 6, 5, and I. V and I. 986. Next, 875. 875 means 800 plus 70 plus 5. To write 800, we start from 500. 500 means D. 500 plus 100, 600, 700, 800. 800. Okay. For 70, we start from 50. 50, 60, 70 and 5. 875. I 764 and J 890. K 1946 and L 1624. These questions are your homework question. You have to do in the homework notebook. Okay. So this was convert the Hindu Arabic to the Roman numeral and Roman numeral to the Hindu Arabic. So your exercise 1.6 is finished now. I hope you understand. So just do the question which are given in the homework. At the last, I am repeating the rules for the converting or using the Roman numerals one more time. First rule is the combination of 7 symbols mentioned above the involve either the addition or subtraction of number. The second rule is symbol IXCM can be repeated at most 3 times. These are the symbol can be repeated at the 3 times. Third rule is symbol VLD can be used only once. VLD are the non repeated symbol. It means we cannot repeat VL and D. The next rule is only I, X and C can be used for both addition and subtraction. We can use only I, X and C, both the addition and subtraction. Rule number 5, I can be subtracted or added from the symbol V and X. I can be only subtracted from the V and X. This is I can be subtracted from the V and X only. Next rule is X can be added or subtracted only L and C. You can see here. X can be subtracted only L and C. Next rule is C can be added or subtracted from C and M only. It means we can subtract C only. We can subtract C from only D and M. You can see here CD means 400 and CM means 900. So I hope you understand the exercise and you can easily convert the Roman numeral into the Hindu Arabic and Hindu Arabic to the Roman numeral.
Hello students, this is 6th part of your 2nd chapter. Today we will do some activities, and before activities, let's see the summary of the chapter. Lesson in short: a habitat is a place where an animal lives that provides all of its needs for survival, including food, water, shelter, and a place to raise its young. Second point is the animals that live in the desert have to survive with very little water, because in the desert the availability of water is very less. You know that camel live in the desert and it has a hump, and it can live without water for many days because it can store the water in its hump. Now third point is polar bears have a thick coat of white fur, because polar bear live in the polar regions, and the conditions are very extreme on the polar region. This is very cold, so they have thick coat, and due to their white color they can mix with the surrounding also. Now fourth point is water in lakes and rivers is fresh, not salty like sea water. As you know, the sea water is salty, but the water which is present in lakes and rivers, it is not salty. The only group of animals with feathers as their body covering is birds. As you know, birds can fly in the sky because they have feathers as their body coverings. Some animals like snail, turtle and tortoise have a shell. You know what is shell? Shell is the outer covering which is found on its body to protect them. That is called shell, as you have seen in the turtle and tortoise on its back. Small microscopic animals breathe through their body surface like amoeba. Amoeba is a unicellular animal, and its shape is not fixed, and due to unicellular animal, amoeba has no body parts, so it breathes only with its body surface, and it is so small that we cannot see it with the naked eye. We can see it only with the help of a microscope. Now next point is all insects have 6 legs. As you know, I have told you in the chapter that all the insects have 6 legs, only except a spider, because a spider has 8 legs. Migration may be part of a yearly cycle of changes a bird goes through. Migration means the movement of an animal or bird due to extreme weather, for food and for other needs. So as you know, Siberian crane comes India in the winter season. In every winter season they come here, and after the winter is over they go back to the Siberia. So these are the migratory birds. Now look at the activities. Now here the project idea is given. Make a collage titled Adapting to Extremes choose animals that live in some extreme conditions, such as those that live in Arctic region or the desert areas of the world. Put information and pictures in a collage. So students, you have to paste the photos of these animals in your notebook, and you have to choose the animals, like look here, you have to paste the pictures and put the information below the picture. First you will write the title, adapting to extremes, and you can paste these pictures: penguin, seal, walrus, polar bear. All these animals are found in polar region. Polar region is a very cold area. As you're looking here, take the screenshot of this picture. You can take the screenshot of it by sliding your finger down. Now camel, rattlesnake and ground squirrel. These animals are found in hot desert. This is also the extreme condition. Now let's see the figure of these animals. Now look here, these are the pictures of first picture is polar bear, second is penguin, another picture is here seal, and the last picture you are looking, it is a walrus. If you can't find the pictures, you can draw it your own. You can take the screenshot of this page and you can draw it by your own. And if you find the picture, then it's okay, you can paste the pictures. But you have to write the description below each and every picture about the polar bear, that how it adapts itself in the polar region or in the extreme conditions, for about each and every animal. Now these are the three animals which can live in the desert. In the first figure you are looking the camel, which has a hump to adapt itself in the desert region. Second figure is a rattlesnake, and third is ground squirrel. Take the screenshot of this page and draw the pictures on your notebook, or you can paste the pictures if you find, and write the description below each picture about each animal. Now another project, a field trip is given here. Visit a zoo and explore the animal world. Investigate any 5 animals that you find fascinating. Research and find out their behavior, external features, adaptations, etc. Record your observations in the given animal fact sheet. So students, you need not to go out. If you have gone previously in the for a trip for a zoo, if you have seen the animals of the zoo, so you can write in this table. Look here, the table is given here. You have to write about these characteristics. First is body covering, then animal group, habitat, organ of locomotion, organ of breathing, mode of reproduction, spatial adaptations, and you have to write all these characteristics, at least 5 animals. Okay students, look here. For the field trip, you can make a table like this. In first column is characteristics, and in second there will be animals. First animal is bear. As you have seen it, bear have a thick coat of hair on its body, so its body covering, you can say the body covering of a bear will be its fur. Fur means a thick coat of hair. Animal group, so as you all know that bear is a wild animal, so we can write here wild. Now habitat means where the bear lives. So as you all know, a bear lives in the forest, so we will write here forest. Organ of locomotion. What is mean of locomotion? Locomotion means movement, means how it move, how a bear can move. Do you know bear have 4 legs and it can move with the legs, so we will write here legs. Organ of breathing, so as you know, bear is a mammal and it has lungs, so a bear breathes with its lungs. And external breathing organ, as you can see, its nose. Mode of reproduction, so mode of reproduction will be here external. Spatial adaptation, so the spatial about the bear is it can climb on the trees also, and it has a good smelling capacity, so you can write here smelling capacity. Now look, second animal is camel here. As you all know about the camel, camel is a desert animal and it has a thick skin and it has hairs on its skin, so the body covering will be thick skin and hair. If we talk about the animal group, so as you know, camel is a pet or domestic animal. It is found in desert, so the habitat will be desert. Organ of locomotion, a camel has 4 legs So the organ of locomotion will be the legs. Organ of breathing, camel has also lungs to breathe. Mode of reproduction will be external. And if we will talk about the spatial adaptation, so a camel has a hump and its padded feet with a spatial as a spatial adaptation. With its padded feet, it can walk easily on the hot sand, and hump helps it to store food and water for several days. And a camel can drink lots of water at a time, and with the help of hump it can store the water and use it in the extreme condition when there will be no availability of water. Now another animal is ostrich. Ostrich is a wild bird. As you know, it is found in Africa. And due to its heavy bones, it is unable to fly. But due to its strong legs, it can run very fast. Means you can say that a camel can run very fast. Sorry, ostrich can run very fast. So, body covering of a ostrich are feathers. As you know, all the birds have feathers, same as in ostrich. The feathers are the body covering. And animal group, we can keep it in wild animals with the wild birds. You can say wild bird. Now habitat, it is found in forest, but not everywhere. It is found only in Africa. Organs of locomotion. An ostrich has 2 legs, and it can run with the help of its legs. So legs are the organ of locomotion. Now organ of breathing. An ostrich has also lungs, so it can breathe with it. Lungs are the organ of breathing. Mode of reproduction is external, and spatial adaptation are its strong legs. Now let's see what is the next animal. The next animal is here fish. As you know that a fish live in water and it cannot live on the land. So as a body covering, a fish has scales over its whole body. There are tiny scales. Since a fish live in water, so we can say it is an aquatic animal, and we can keep it in the animal group aquatic. Now the habitat, as it can live only in water, so the habitat will be water, or we can write here pond or river, lake. Now organs of locomotion, as you know that a fish have fins to swim in the water, so fins are the locomotive organs of a fish. Organs of breathing, a fish has gills as organ of breathing. With the help of gills, it take the water inside its body, and after taking the oxygen, it gives out of its body. Now mode of reproduction will be the external, and the special adaptations are gills, because with the help of gills it can breathe inside the water, but we cannot live inside the water because we have no gills. Now next animal is snake. A snake also has the scales on its body as a fish have, but the scales of a snake are different, those of the fishes. And the animal group, if snakes have no legs, it crawl only on the ground, and we can keep it in the group reptiles. The word reptiles means all those animals which move by just crawling, and the habitat for a snake is holes. Organs of locomotion, these are the scales. With the help of their scales, a snake can slide on the ground. As organ of breathing, a snake also has lungs. And the mode of reproduction in a snake is also external, and the special adaptations in a snake are scales. So students, take the screenshot of this table, and you can make the same table, or you can write about the other 5 animals and their characteristics as according to these characteristics. So complete this activity in your notebook. Now in the next video we will start the next chapter Till then, good day.